Okay, we're trying out new bike and a new microphone on my Drift HD, and I'm just going to take my KTM RC390 for a short run on this lovely sunny day in May 2018. This is a 2017 model, my second one. First one I bought in 2014. There have been a few changes, a few improvements, better fuel delivery, slightly wider actually, the handlebars, something I doubt many people would notice. The original mirrors were terrible, dangerous in fact. I had a few problems with the engine cutting out rather erratically on the first bike, but I did like it, and in particular the rather sexy side exhaust. Now I'm running this bike in, I've only done 131 miles, so I've got to take the first, I think it's 600 miles easily and keep the revs under 7,000. I'm in the city of Bath and I'm just going to ride about 5-6 miles. It's a lovely bike. I do like the RC390. I think it's 373 cc's, single cylinder. Not a great fan of single cylinder, but it's okay. It's very torquey, the most powerful in the 400cc class, and really at home on the open road. Now my city is, the roads are full of potholes, and because of traffic congestion this bike doesn't really lend itself to city work. It's very lumpy, but on the open road, you know, when the revs are 2,000 plus, it comes into its own. And of course the handling is really superb. I can't really demonstrate that today because, as I say, I'm running the bike in. What is there to say? I'm obviously not a spring chicken, but I feel about 30 years old on this bike. It's pretty comfortable. I don't get wrist ache, so the angle, whatever, you know, of leaning forward into the handlebars, forget what the term is, but it's okay. I think it's got some fly-by-wire features with the throttle. I'm not sure. There are one or two minor improvements. I mean, basically, I think they've sorted the original model, and it's got a conventional exhaust on the side, which I'm kind of living with because I just really like that sexy side exhaust, which I first spotted on the Suzuki GSX-Rs a few years ago. I'm travelling comfortably at 50 and I'm running it in, and it's, you know, it's effortless. So the bike will probably do about 110, I think. Plenty quick enough. I've had big bikes, I've had small bikes, I've had, you know, bikes. My first bike was a 1944 James 125. It took me 1.5 days to travel from London to Scotland. The joy of two wheels eats up the traffic. It's economic as well. I haven't tested this one, but the previous one was doing about 65 miles per gallon, pretty good. I think that's one of the appeals, certainly to me, of this lower capacity bike. You know, when you get into the big bikes, they you know, maybe do 35 to the gallon. Get over, fucking hell. Bloody hell. Caravan dwellers. That's the trouble with biking, you've got to be alert all the time. You've got to watch the road with eagle eyes for potholes. Even diesel slicks can have you off. And then mechanically you've got to watch your tyres and your chain. I mean, those are the main things. I mean, the chances of an engine seizing up is fairly rare. You know, these engines are sorted. This bike is made in India. It's of Austrian descent, KTM. Of course, they need no introduction. Very high profile racing and off-road stuff. And this is a kind of road race bike, and it's got that kind of cafe racer feel, which I love. I'm addicted to cafe racers. I've got a Triton Bonneville 750, which I'm still restoring, but that's a beast. But this one is, you know, it's point and squirt, and fingers crossed I'm not going to run into the sort of issues that you hear about, like gasket seals, tappets needing adjusting. You know, fingers crossed. I'm a dry weather rider, so I won't clock up much of a mileage every year. And this one doesn't sound quite so much of a lawnmower as the first one did, but it's deceptive, you know, hearing it through a helmet, a well padded helmet. You just hear the throb. But of course that's the defining feature of so many bikes. You know, you can tell a Ducati a mile off, you can tell a Hornet, a Bandit, inline twin, sorry, parallel, inline, yep. Motorbikes are incredible. Remember the aerial square fours, and some pretty powerful two-strokes in the 1980s. Lethal they were, 500c two-stroke. You know, almost double the power of a four-stroke. But of course these are more environmentally friendly. Euro emissions, whatever it is. Euro 4 is it? I don't know. Don't quote me. But it's up to date. 2017 this bike is. And it's summer 2018. I've only clocked up 100 miles. The winter has been rather drawn out. I don't ride in the winter, and I don't ride in the wet. What else to say? It's not a bike for short people. I'm 5'10". I would say the bike is just right for me. But it's quite highly slung. The seat is quite hard. People complained it was hard, but for Christ's sake, it's a cafe racer. It's a road race bike, I mean. And you know, because I've got, you know, my legs are in a bent leg position, I would want to stretch my leg every 50 miles or so. So I think I'm going to get, you know, stiff legs before I get a hard bum. Comfortable bike, really good handling. Everybody knows that. You see videos of these in India, and I feel guilty that when I had the first bike, it was made in India, and the guys in India had to wait ages before they could buy one. So we were lucky in the UK. But I was going to say that, you know, the videos I've seen of guys riding the Duke and the RC390, there's some fairly bumpy city roads in India. So certainly around here, the state of the roads isn't great. So you've just got to watch out all the time. Suspension is, it's okay, not too soft, not too hard. Tweakable, I think. This is very impromptu. I'm just kind of trying to think as I ride along, little 5-mile ride, what to say about the bike. I don't even know whether this will come out, because I'm trying out a new microphone in the helmet. Spoiled by technology. I'm old enough to remember massive advances in technology since when I was a 16-year-old. My first bike had hand gears, 40 mile an hour maximum, 125cc, and we just take it for granted, this level of technology. The mirrors are much better. I can actually see behind me really good. The display is okay. I don't like the tachometer. But I guess I've got the information I need. There's a few interesting digital readouts on fuel economy. I haven't even set those yet. A nice feature is is at night there are various tiny little LED lights on the handlebars that light up the lights, the horn. Just a nice touch. Whoops, talking too much. Change of lights. As I say, I'm riding it really gently. I love it. I mean, biking is dangerous, there's no question about it. You know, crashes aren't half measures. I think I've had my 9 lives. I came off the Triton on the M4, the footstand came down and it threw me into the central barrier. I rolled all the way down the motorway, lost all my clothes, lost a lot of skin, but it was okay. The guy behind me nearly had a heart attack, but he stopped the traffic in the fast lane behind me. But the petrol tank came adrift, so I rushed out half naked into the middle lane to snatch it, and he said a car missed me by, you know, a few inches. I don't know, just got to be really careful. You know, have fun, but be, you know, I'm a woodworker and I use machines and I regard them respectfully, but with fear, because they can do a lot of damage very quickly. Like the last 100 yards is a dirt track. So I'm almost having to use my clutch, because the gearing is really nice on this bike. I think it's got 6 gears. I did find on the first one I was running out of gears. Of course, as I say, I'm running this in, so I'm not doing those sort of speeds. And I'm having lunch with a friend, so there's a reason to take the bike out. So there we are, KTM RC390, what a beauty. Now I can hear the fan cutting in. People say that the bike overheats. Well, I don't know whether it overheats, but it does run hot. I didn't notice the fan until just now. So, oh, peace. My glasses are steamed up. Yeah, there we are, there's the exhaust. The fairing's slightly different to the original one, it's a bit more naked. It's got a gloss finish. The first model was in a matte. I kind of got used to it, but I prefer this now. It's a slightly more extroverted bike. LED headlights, main beam on the right, dip on the left. Slightly bigger disc brake. I think, is it an extra 20mm? diameter. What else? What else? What else? This lovely soft rubberized plastic seat. Very clever. That's probably my leg chafing it, coming over my foot. But, you know, it's a racing seat, and yet actually it's a pillion. Very clever. Nice big fat tyres. Single shock absorber spring, adjustable. They are KTM RC390. Love it.